Well, I'm Nat. This is
I'm
my wife
Alex.
Alex, and this is our son Jonah. So basically, a lot of people ask us a lot of questions. Mainly, how did we get Jonah? Well, we went through a series of process with a fertility clinic, the Texas Fertility Clinic, and we basically have been doing this over the past 5 years, trying to have Jonah. Um, we did do a number of IUIs.
I did a total of 8.
I did one. Of course, none of them succeeded. So we looked into doing an IVF,
which means in vitro fertilization.
which means a lot of money. We did a fertility run to try to win a free session, or how do you say it?
IVF cycle.
So, what we did was we
won. We won last year. But prior to last year, we did an IVF completely out of pocket. And that was last year in June. And she was the one.
We retrieved my embryos first. We got them fertilized, and by the time they were mature and ready to be implanted in my uterus, then we transferred one of my embryos and did the IVF last year, the year before, sorry. It didn't catch. We had a series of events going on, very stressful time in both of our lives, more so Alex's life, but of course we got through that, and we decided that instead of me going, it was going to be Alex's turn. So we did the same process, but this process that we did, we actually won in the fertility run, the free session.
And we did the reciprocal IVF, which means the embryos that Nat had frozen, which was a total of, I believe, 15 embryos.
Don't lie, girlfriend. I did like 21.
You had 25 retrieved, and 15 were frozen, matured and frozen. Out of those 15, I ended up transferring 2 of her embryos into my cycle. So bottom line, I was having her baby.
My son.
I was legally termed as a surrogate. We then had to get an attorney and have paperwork drawn stating that we would both have rights to this child or children, because I did transfer 2. We had to do a series of shots and
both of us had to do shots,
pills and injections every single day. Once her embryos were transferred, we had to wait a total of, I guess I should rewind and say that I ended up retrieving 25 embryos, 25 of my embryos as well. And
so mine was 19 and yours was 15, babe, that we froze.
19?
Yeah.
Why?
Because I used one, which leaves us with 18, and then 2 on you, and I have 16 left, and you have 15 embryos altogether. We need to get the paperwork, to sort things out. We had a bet going on.
Yeah, because I don't think you had.
I had more than you did.
Okay, we'll see. Okay, where was I? Yes, so once the embryos were transferred, we then had to wait 2 weeks, which they call the 2-week wait, which is horrible.
The longest 2 weeks in my life, except for the longest 2 weeks right before he was born.
Yeah, that was pretty bad. We then found out that out of those 2 embryos, only 1 caught, which is the lucky one that's here with us today.
You're a champion, dude. I'm a champion.
So, I get asked a lot of questions as far as which fertility center did we go to, how much did it cost us, what made us do the IVF. Well, we did, like I said, the first IVF that we did do, we spent about between $18,000 and $20,000 out of pocket. That is us not getting the grant that we won last year. With that grant, we were able to do my IVF, not completely free, but we didn't pay
a large chunk of that
out of pocket. I believe when I underwent the IVF, we spent maybe a total of between $5,000 and $8,000 out of pocket. That includes the attorney, the medications, the blood draws, the what else? Everything else was pretty much covered under that grant that we won. And the fertility center that we did win the grant with was Texas Fertility Center, and that's the same fertility center that she did the IVF with. They pretty much knew our history and our medical background as far as what we were trying to get and trying to do as far as the reciprocal IVF. Anything else?
No. Not that I can think of.
It is a long process. Of course, they have to go by your cycle and regulate your cycle. If you are not regular, they put you on birth control to make sure that you're on a specific calendar. You do injections for so many days, you take medications for so many days, and then you do so many blood draws ever so often. And as far as the ultrasound, they also take ultrasounds just to make sure your ovaries are maturing as much as they should be, or if I guess, yeah, that's it, right? But yes, it is a long process as far as the medication goes and the injections. It's not right away, and once we had our eggs retrieved, we still had to wait a whole, I want to say about a month before we were able to transfer the embryos that we wanted to transfer. So it is a lengthy process, but it's definitely worth it.
Totally.
You ready, babe?
Yeah.
Baby number 2, here we come.
What? Really?
Hey, Jonah. Bye. Say hi. Say hi.
Alrighty, go ahead and undress and wait down. We'll be in shortly.
Thank you.
Hi, guys.
Say hi. Say bye. Say bye. What are you doing?
Jonah.
What are you doing, Bobby? Uh-oh. Today's the day, babe. Not really, right?
No. There's nothing on there.
Jonah. Bye, Bobby. Bye.
You can place it up through the cervix into the uterus, take the speculum out, put that thing in, take some pictures, you'll see up on that screen. Okay?
Do you mind if we record this?
We can't record.
Okay.
You can take pictures of the screen.
So, let's see on the screen. Do that just a little bit. And then we start placing on the inside, and you'll see.
Jonah. What are you doing? What are you doing, baby?
Can we eat Chick-fil-A?
Yeah, Chick-fil-A sounds good.
It's not even her favorite breakfast.
I don't really like their breakfast.
Are you recording this?
Jonah, do you like Chick-fil-A?
Yes.
Do you like Chick-fil-A?
Yes.
Mmm.
Right there? Yeah. On God. No.
He said, I'll take that.
Send.